Hi, everybody. It's Tuesday, March 21st. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first day of spring. It's still the 21st of March, the first day of spring, I believe. Living in Florida doesn't really quite have the same meaning as you live up north. I mean, it's not the first day of spring. Sometimes it feels more like, it could be more like summer than spring itself. Well, the Gospel is John, chapter 5 of the Gospel of John. There was a feast, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now, there in Jerusalem at the sheep gate, a pool called in Hebrew Bethesda, with 5 porticos. In these lay a large number of ill, blind, lame, and crippled. One man was there who had been ill for 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he had been ill for a long time, he said to him, "Do you want to be well?" The sick man answered, "Sir, I have no one to put me into the pool when the water is stirred up. When I'm on my way, someone else gets down there before me." Jesus said, "Rise, take up your mat, and walk." Immediately, he took up his mat and walked. The man was ill, for 38 years. 38 years he hung by that pool. It's kind of strange that in those 38 years he couldn't once get into that pool before anyone else did. I mean, it wasn't like it was sitting among the Olympic athletes. He's among the blind, the lame, and the crippled. I would think maybe once out of all that time that you've been able to get there, but he isn't. Notice how he answered Jesus' question, right? Do you want to be well? He doesn't say yes. He said, well, you know, I never get to the water quick enough. It's an excuse. I hate to say there's some people who like being ill. There's something about also you have an excuse. You don't have to work. Maybe you don't mind the life of begging. You don't have to take responsibility. And here he's not taking responsibility for himself either. He's blaming the other cripples beating him as if they're, you know, some Olympic track star. And so we'll do that, you know, when things go wrong. I know in my mind, we naturally think of excuse. I always find something, well, something happened. The traffic. It's never my fault. There's always have a reason. My mind immediately goes to that, to think, what am I going to say? I have an excuse. So maybe you make excuses too. Maybe let's take responsibility. All right? Own up. Be responsible and get well. God bless you.